Hi everyone, I'm in Orlando, Florida. My name is Shikar and I'm in Kennedy Space Center. We're at the Nature and Technology, and we came from over there where you had to scan our tickets. Here, like other places, like here's the Legends, United States Astronaut Hall of Fame, and there's lots of rocket ships.
It's gotta be
And now we are going to Nature and This talks about how people like left to the US and some of these things how they used to live and seeing the new world. It talks about what happened, how the war, how war began and all this stuff. Then this is the part where the French arrived. They settled in the U.S. and here is different. This is where it says about where the Kennedy Space Center is located and how much area the Kennedy Space Center. This is where they talk about how they use water to make a space. This is a bald eagle, the national bird of the United States. It says there's at least 5 active bald eagles nests around the launch pads at Kennedy Space Center. The nests can reach more than 6 feet, 1.83 meters in diameter, and are usually inhabited from September through May. Bald eagles mate for life and usually produce 1 or 2 chicks per year. This is not actually Orlando. It is Titusville that's located 40 miles beside Orlando. And this is a gateway. This is a model of the space shuttle. Look how big it is. And this is another space shuttle, and it Artemis 1 launch rehearsal. Something else that is cool. So guys, I'm back. So over here is some types of engineer stuff. Like for example, you see this jet plane over here. You can also see the bomber missile on LCD, and you can also zoom in and check from other dimensions of the space of the missile. It's very cool, and you can change the year of what you want. For example, I can put 1960 and I can put the Mercury Atlas Night 8 LC14 and I can see it, and if I want I can zoom
and check the whole thing. Again, you can see a vehicle assembly building, which also looks very cool. And yeah, so let's explore more. So this is the man, where'd you go? This is the Drion capsule. So come on. So this astronauts use the reaction control system (RCS) engines to steer and orient Orion in space. In this simulation, you can take manual control of Orion thruster. So I can go like this, and you can see the thruster, which looks awesome. So let's make it kind of back. So this technically changes the way the spaceship is going. For example, if I click this side, it can change the way it is. So put it like that, a little up. Okay. So over here you can also see what's inside the Orion crew system. And let's move on. So seats and display. Seats fit 98% of people and stow away for more room. Glass cockpit and display. And yeah, this is how it looks like inside the cockpit. Let's explore more. So this is Apollo. This mission design corresponds to the Apollo 4 mission of 1967, which validated the Apollo flight control system and fusion. So this will talk about the Apollo, I believe, and it states about the Starliner versus the Apollo. So this is the Apollo and this is the Starliner. The Boeing CST-100 capsule carries the supplies and crew members to the International Space Station. It can be reused multiple times and can support a full crew in Earth orbit for months at a time. And by the way, to tell you, Boeing made the fastest military vehicle in the world. So that's a very fun fact. So over here you can also see the highly reusable. So yeah, over here you can see the highly reusable and you can click different parts. So the forward window gives a pilot view during docking. So and also kilometers, 9.3 miles, release the liquid hydrogen to cool the engine and prepare for ignition. So we have to, I think we have to click this. When the hydrogen reaches combustion, release the oxygen. So I release the oxygen. One oxygen. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Mission failed. Okay, so let's try that again. CubeSats are satellite. It's a miniature space satellite, or nano satellites are revolutionizing the space technology compared to larger satellites. CubeSats are easier to build, more affordable, simple in design, and the future of satellite technology. launch initiative CubeSats all have three common elements: antenna, radio communication system, power source, either a solar panel or battery, computer system, or execute instruction. How do CubeSats influence us here on Earth? CubeSats, first launched in 2003, have already assisted with improving communication between space and communication centers on Earth, monitoring natural disasters such as flooding, fire, erosion, tracking weather patterns which may impact the climate and environment. First deep space mission was Wall-E and EVA go to Mars. Mars Cube 1 Marco is the first deep space mission, CubeSat communication technology, and yeah. So let's move on. So guys, we've reached a bus tour and it's going to show us different parts and tell us different things about different parts of the NASA, and I'll show you along the way.
Apollo Saturn V sector.
But before we begin this journey, just like every NASA mission, our number one goal is to return home safely. So always stay seated while the bus is in motion. Please, no food or drinks on the bus with the exception of water. Please keep conversation to a minimum so others may hear and enjoy the tour. No photography is permitted at the security gates, but there will be plenty of photos.
Station is the Mercury Redstone rocket. It represents NASA's earliest efforts to send humans into space. These Redstone rockets were formerly ballistic missiles provided to launch on a Mercury Redstone rocket, becoming the first American in space.
Hi, I'm Janet Petro, and welcome to NASA's John F. Kennedy Space Center, where NASA astronauts have ventured forth on flights of exploration since the 1960s. And what an exciting time to visit our multi-user spaceport. Through our Commercial Crew program, we are sending astronauts to the International Space Station from American soil for the first time since the Space Shuttle program ended in 2011. We're continuing to go under the
So guys, over here the VAB, which NASA people call it, stands for the Vehicle Assembly Building, and it's one of the largest and biggest buildings in the world. So over here is the building, and over here is the last step before the spaceship goes to space.
The crawler would straddle the grass that you see in the median. The tracks on one side would be on one side of the median. The tracks on the other side.
Speed of, wait for it, 1 mile per hour while careful.
We'll roll over a specially prepared crawler way. It consists of anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of special rock. Below that is limestone that's about 4 feet thick and compressed to hold the weight of the crawler and the launcher. And then below that is some hydraulically compacted sand that can support all the weight. And then once we're there, we'll drop it all off. And a few days later, there'll be a launch. We'll come back, we'll pick the mobile launcher up, and we'll bring it back to the VAB to start the process all over again.
With 50 years and some 3,000 kilometers or 2,000 miles on the clock, NASA expects the crawlers to be in operation for at least another 3 decades. How cool is that? The latest refurbishment is complete and preparation is well underway for the first SLS mission. The crawler will be doing what it was originally designed to do once again, which is moving rockets.
Over here we are in the Saturn station, and they're going to do a small tour of the Saturn station. I'm in the Saturn station right now, and they're going to do a small presentation over here. So let me show you the presentation. Over here, guys, this is how the NASA control room looks like. Over here, guys, is a real spacecraft that was used for the mission to the moon, and it is very long and big, And now Chico will continue. So over here you can see so over here guys is a real spaceship, and it's a real spaceship, and it was used for an Apollo mission, and also this spacecraft is very big and long. So let me show it better. So over here you can see the area where the flame comes, so the plane can lift off, and you can see all the machinery at the back behind the car, and yeah, it's very long.
Space flights back in the 60s and 70s. And if you want to ask a question, I'm glad to answer it. Just very fortunate to come in.
So over there is very far away, but you might see it from the camera. Over there is a real spacecraft called the Artemis, and it's going to launch any time from now. And I'm very lucky to see this because many people cannot see a real spacecraft flying. So over there is the spacecraft. So guys, over here is a real life space shuttle, and the name of this space shuttle is Atlantis, and in front of you is Atlantis, NASA's fourth space flown shuttle. Just as she appeared when she landed on her last mission, STS-135, Atlantis was in service for 26 years and flew 33 missions. Every time she launched as a rocket, flew as a spacecraft, and landed as a glider. That can leave a space shuttle a little worn looking, but every smudge, each mark, and every stain tells a story. So a shiny bright Atlantis debuts at Kennedy Space Center on April 6, 1985. The hatch is how the astronauts and ground crews enter and exit the space shuttle. So over here is the hatch. So you see that over here is the hatch, the circular thing is called the hatch, and below it is you can see dirt around the hatch from 26 years of getting in and out of Atlantis. And locating stars with these star trackers help crew navigate in space. So this is the one, and also these ones. Over here you can see microscopic pits in the windows from micrometeorites that struck Atlantis in space, and look for streaks across the tiles caused by the heat, speed, and breeze through the atmosphere. And this Atlantis looks very cool. And up there says Canada, and over there is an American flag, which is good. And also it looks very worn out because of the 33 missions. Okay, so let's explore more. I got stuck. Over here is the rear part, and it's so big. It's as if I can't even fit in one of these. So they're very big, and even the smallest one over there that's close to about my height. So you know how big all of these are. Over here is a side view, and it's huge. I'm feeling like a bug against this thing. Wow, I don't want to mess with this plane. It's very big.